Hi, and welcome to my latest video, and I'm talking about my favorite apps of 2018. These are apps that I use, and they make my phone that much more useful. They're mostly for entertainment purposes, these apps, okay? So, I would actually think about getting most of these apps. ES file. Okay, here's one. It's called ES File Explorer. There's ES File Explorer Pro, and the one thing you want to do when you get deeper into Android is you want to be able to organize your files, find files, and move files. So here we have something called ES File Explorer Manager Pro, and I've already purchased it. I don't know, it doesn't really say how much it is here. I think it's like, all of these are, I think the most expensive is, I'm almost sure that they're all under $5 for each one of these is under $5. So yeah, here's ES File Explorer Pro. And yeah, it's a really nice program. It shows your phone. And you can just search your phone for folders easily. And it shows all my programs here as well. DCIM, that's where your camera is. Music folders. PDF folders. Podcasts. So that's my my first one, called ES File Explorer Pro, and it's a lot better. You'll go into it, you'll see that it's a lot deeper than the Android, what you get with the Android phone. Okay, and it's you can see it's got a really good rating, 4.7 out of 5. I've had no problems with this app at all. Like, I've had no crashes or anything like that. It always works perfect. So there's one of my ones. Now let's go to ProShot. Here's ProShot, and it's just a camera app. And you can shoot in DNG, which is RAW. So you can do some pretty cool stuff with that. And yeah, it shoots in RAW. And you've got a bunch of other settings here. You can set different stuff up here. So yeah, it's got a bunch of features. Got program mode, manual mode. I think it works differently on different phones. So for this one I can set see, I can set my ISO right there. I can set my shutter speed right there. And I can set my light adjustment right there. So yeah, that's kind of a more professional camera So you get the same hardware features as your regular camera, and it's called ProShot. And it shoots DNG. ProShot, right there. 3.6. There's a lot of professional camera programs out there, but I think ProShot's a really good one. It's the one I use. Okay, so that's number 2. Okay, so let's go to the third one. We'll go as Kobo. Kobo is pretty cool because you can buy books and then you can read them right on your Android. So you can go to the Kobo store, buy books, and then it works just like your e-reader. So I got a bunch of books, and you can just open it up, and then your Android phone can kind of double as an e-reader in a pinch. There you go. So it operates just like a Kobo. So there you go. So there's Kobo, and then BeyondPod is my next one. BeyondPod. Podcasts. What can I say? I can't say enough about podcasts. So, and this is called BeyondPod. And I believe it's free. BeyondPod podcasts. So yeah, BeyondPod, I can't say enough about BeyondPod. If you're a person who loves documentaries and loves science and news, BeyondPod is just, it adds another dimension to your Android phone. So if you're working away at something and it's something that's tedious and you want to be entertained while you're doing it, you can set up BeyondPod on your phone, and here's all the feeds that I have. I got Business Daily. I got these, most of these are BBC. No, some of them are, I used to start off doing all BBC ones, and then I got some independent podcasts as well, which are just amazing. Freakonomics is really great, but now I'm almost a big fan of like independent podcasts as well as like, you know, stuff from the BBC. So you can basically set it up there, and then when you hit this button here, you subscribe to whatever podcast you want. You can search for them, and you add them, and then you update your phone, and it adds like the latest podcasts. And there's all sorts of settings on it so that you can, after you've listened to the podcast, you can get rid of it, or you can read it, hear it again. So here you go, add feed, and then here is all the categories right here. You can choose what you're interested in. If you're interested in science, it gives you a list of all these, and you just have to hit subscribe. And then this is like kind of like a radio show. So you can download a whole bunch of these podcasts, and then if you're in, you know, if you're on a trip somewhere, you know, instead, if you want to change it up, if you're, you know, if you're not interested in listening to music, or you're bored listening to music, you can just throw one in there. Okay, Google Keep Notes, and this is a really great one. You can add a note, and it's got a whole bunch of features. It's just a must-have, like to have a note. You can change the color of it. It's just to make lists on your phone, basically. And, everybody needs that in their life, a list-making app, so that they could free up some of their brain. Okay, so next we'll go to Adobe Acrobat, which is really plain and simple. It's just basically a file reader. So you can get lots of things you can read online that are PDF files. And I read some of my manuals in PDF form. So you can just download the PDF onto your phone and then read it with Adobe PDF Reader. And that's a kind of a must-have. Now we're going to go with something called Wi-Fi Droid, Wi-Fi Transfer Pro. Start. So I'll show you this one. And then you can make a bookmark in your Firefox, and then you just add this http ://192.168.1.65:1234, and you just add that as a bookmark. And then you hit Wi-Fi Droid, and it'll eventually go there. Kind of takes a minute. And this is really great because you can access all of the files. And these, where it says 6.5, that number sometimes changes. So it'll be different each time, just that number. The 5, it'll be like 6. Okay, so here, this one says 6.9. So all you do is change it to 5. And then hit enter. And now you're in your phone. So what this program is that it allows your PC to access your Android phone via wireless by Wi-Fi. So there's my phone on the screen, and you can see I can access the photos right here. Music, movies, PDF, podcasts, etc., etc., etc. And you can send stuff to my phone. So if I want to send stuff, I click music, right? I'll click on music. And here, if I want to transfer files to device, it says my XT1650 is connected by Wi-Fi, TELUS. It tells me my storage is 6.3 gigabytes used of 23.63 gigabytes. And I can browse files to upload. I can browse my computer for folders or files to upload. Select, open, and then do that, and then you can upload it, and it'll all go into this music file because I've selected music right here. And similarly, if you want to download all your music, go to music, you go click this, it'll select all your music, download, and download one zip archive if it's a lot of files, and then it'll download it just like a regular file, and it'll show it up here when it's done. And then you just open it, unzip it, and there's the files from your, like if you want to take photos or video off your phone, you can do it that way. So that's Wi-Fi File Transfer Pro. And I think there's a few of these different programs. And they're all like similar. This is the one I'm using right now, Wi-Fi File Transfer Pro. But there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of different ones, so here's another one, for example. See, there's Wi-Fi. There's a couple of them right here. There's a bunch of them, and I believe they all basically do the same thing. Wi-Fi transfer. I think the first one that I tried was called File Transfer Pro. And then for some reason I switched because it wasn't compatible. Look at how many there are. There's just tons of them. They all do the same thing. Okay, so we're getting near the end now. And here's my favorite must-have app for the phone, for my Android phone, and that is, it's called ProAmp. PowerAmp, sorry. PowerAmp full version. So yeah, I mean, some phones have pretty decent sound with their stock music player, and some phones have terrible sound with their stock music player. And if you're unlucky enough to get a phone that has just horrible sound with it, you're not stuck with that phone because you can get PowerAmp. And PowerAmp has excellent audio quality. And again, it doesn't say the price because I already bought it, but I think it's under $5. And there is one drawback in that it checks your license from time to time, and if you're not connected to Wi-Fi or internet, it'll disable your player until you're connected, and that's every once in a while. I guess it's every month or something. They'll just check if you have the purchased version, verified version. So yeah, PowerAmp is, if you're an audiophile or you just love music, I would not hesitate to tell you to get PowerAmp, as if you only get one app to make your phone more usable, PowerAmp is going to be that app that's going to turn your phone into something that is just horrible to something great. And one thing about PowerAmp too is it has something called a beta version. And the beta version has a lot of cool features. So I'm now using the beta version. And it's a different look. And it's got all these like little enhancements here. But PowerAmp has a really nice EQ. So you have your EQ, you have your, I don't know what this is, so some more features, and you have more features. So yeah, the preamp and the EQ section. So EQ is selected, so that's why my EQ is on. I keep it on all the time. And then the volume on my phone, which is an Motorola, it's the Moto Z Force. The volume is just not that good, so I kind of have the preamp all the way set up there, and then I just boost it and cut it where I want for the type of music that I listen to. So yes, took a while to get everything to work, but and then you can go with your list. So yeah, this one is if you go to the back button here, you should be able to go to list. Okay, there's a list, and you can you can go to the track you want to play. I've got some dubstep on here and stuff like that. All my favorite music is on here. So yeah, if you love music, Power Amp is a must-have. And not only that, but the Power Amp beta version is going to surprise you because it's really cool. So here I can skip to the next track, and then I can, go forward in the track, right? And then I can access my EQ right here. I can turn my EQ on or off. And I can go to my lists. There's my list of music. So yeah, it's a great thing. Great app. So yeah, that's my top app right there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you found some apps that will give you lots of enjoyment in the years to come. Thanks for watching.